Oh boy, it's not often that something this special arrives in the mail. I think you recognize that logo. If you don't, it's from Verum Audio. This premium leather case contains Verum 2, one of their newest headphones. This came to me directly from Ukraine, where it was made mostly by one guy. I remember the Verum 1 when it launched a few years ago. It was pretty well received by the audiophile experts community. It was pretty expensive, so I remember thinking, man, I wish I could try it. But now I have the Verum 2 with me. Life is crazy, man. Anyway, this second gen headphone has actually been around for like a year or so. It's not something brand new. Audio experts who have tried this already say that it can go toe to toe with like established brands, Sennheiser, Hi-Fi-Man, etc. Okay, lot of bold promises here. Let's check it out. These come with an extra set of ear cushions and two cables, a 3.5 and a 4.4 mm. And the back cover you see here is actually a magnetic attachment. You can remove it like that. And just look at that design. Yes, these are open back planar headphones which can be transformed into a closed back one using that magnetic lid. Isn't that crazy? I have never seen such a design implemented on any other headphone before. The sideways swivel mechanism on this is pretty interesting. Both of these headphone halves are connected up here with this rotating thingy, and that basically turns both of them like this. Normally it's the ear cups that do the swivel, but I guess this works too. And looks like this time around there aren't any screws or tightening mechanisms to adjust the headphone's height. You just like move this knob here. It's not the smoothest mechanism, like it clicks in place pretty tightly. I wish it was a little bit smoother, but it's better than before. The ear cushions are also easily removable like this. They just have a metal ring in them that basically attaches to the driver magnet itself. That's it, no other assembly. That's pretty clever, right? I wish more companies use this type of design. You get two sets of cushions as you saw earlier. One of them is this all leather plush material which is thicker, and the other one is a hybrid material, like one here and different one around it. Both of them have this hollow cylindrical insert in them that apparently enhances the bass response. We'll check it out in a second. I noticed that the 3.5mm cable here is thicker and slightly higher quality than the 4.4mm version for some reason. I wish they had just included one really nice cable with like replaceable termination. But oh well, I guess this is fine too. And even though these are slightly on the heavier side, they're not that uncomfortable when you actually wear them, especially with these thicker ear cushions. These aren't exactly the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. That title still belongs to my current headphone, the Seuga Luan, but these can still be worn for a long time without any issues. Okay, now let's talk about the sound quality of these things. These have a rated 8 ohm impedance and 96 decibel sensitivity, so they're pretty easy to drive. Just using them with a phone with a decent USB DAC shouldn't be a problem. Sound-wise, while these may not impress bass heads, they have a surprising amount of presence in the low end. The layering and imaging on these planar headphones is actually pretty amazing. I mean, try any tracks from Massive Attack. They have some of the most multi-layered bass I've ever heard, and the Verum 2 handles them really well. I'm genuinely impressed at the tight and fast response here, as expected from a planar magnetic driver. This can start and instantly stop a bass like dead on without any extra bounce to it. Even the tracks with like deep rumble were exceptionally handled. This delivers that vibration sensation without feeling bloated. I think that level of accuracy is tough to attain without these planar drivers. Well, I'm sure it's possible, I just said it may be tough, as in difficult. The top end is also really nice, crisp and airy. It's not exactly the most open, extended treble I've ever experienced, but it's very good. There's that familiar shimmer around your head for the, string instruments or drum cymbals that you would expect from a planar driver. I didn't find anything uncomfortable in the top end. The treble can sometimes get close to being too sharp, but it never actually got sibilant. It was all really crisp and well controlled. At no point did I think this driver might be overwhelmed. The vocals here could have been a bit brighter, but then again that's personal preference. There's nothing actually wrong with this sound, it's totally enjoyable as it is. Now between these two cushions, I noticed that the slimmer hybrid one gives more perceived bass than the thicker one. Maybe because this thicker material absorbs some of the frequencies? I'm just guessing. They both have that bass opening that I mentioned. I think this was improved upon from the earlier versions from 1 year ago. Aside from the bass, I didn't notice too much of a difference in the mids or the top end. And since I don't like too much bass anyway, I'm just gonna use the thicker cushions. These are more comfortable as well. They still retain tons of bass, so I don't think I'm losing out on anything. This headphone honestly has some of the most well-represented low end I've heard in a long time. If anything, these made me love bass again. That's a statement on its own. The soundstage here and the stereo expansion is also very good. Now I mostly tried these in open back mode, but remember they also have this cap that you can use to close it down, and yes, you can tell a difference. It does prevent most of the sound from leaking out, so I guess that's good, but even the sound stage gets reduced a little bit. You notice that in the extreme ends of both the bass and treble. Like as soon as you remove these, you'll notice the sound lifting up and relaxing a little bit more. Now personally, I would definitely recommend you use these with open back mode without the cups. But in case you're using these in public and you're a little self-conscious that, the sound is leaking out, then you can use this. It might look a little ridiculous around your head because of the added bulk, but hey, you will be enjoying better sound than most people around you, so joke's on them. So then, all things considered, this Verum 2 is a fantastic planar headphone. And I'm equally impressed with how this was designed and made. As I mentioned, this was made pretty much by one person named Igor. And he told me that during the development and shipping of this, his warehouse was struck twice by missiles. But he still managed to complete making this and ship the units out to the Kickstarter backers and even to me. Yeah, it was delayed a little bit. I was supposed to get this earlier in the year. But the fact that he managed to pull it off in this crazy chaos, that says something. After all, this is an original design. It's not some cheap white-labeled garbage that he got from somewhere. He made this. That's hard enough to do when everything is normal. Imagine doing that during a wartime. Man, I think that's pretty impressive. If you don't appreciate or respect this hard work, I don't know what to tell you. So obviously these Verum 2 will be my go-to primary music headphones from now on. And I think these are also pretty much the best product I've tried in 2025, both because of their technical performance and also because of the bravery that went behind this innovation. I like supporting smaller brands, and the spirit of innovation behind this gadget is truly inspiring. Now that said, I also have my Safeguard Luan, if you remember. This is really good. I personally use this because, it's actually nice. But now that I have this, I think it's unfair for me to keep multiple nice products without using them every day, so I'm gonna do the same that I've always done. I'll give this to you for half price. I don't think you'll ever find such a crazy discount anywhere, even for Christmas. This is seriously like having pillows around your head. Like, oh my god, it's so comfortable. So if you wanted a high-end, ultra-comfortable open-back headphone, this is your chance. If you want these, just email me. We can negotiate the price. And of course, I'll link this Verum 2 in the description as well. If you want to step up your game with some planar headphones, this is among the best you can buy. I'm recording this before Christmas of 2025, so I just wanted to say one last thing before I finish this video. While these products are really nice, this is the best headphone I've ever used all year, don't pressure yourself into buying high-end expensive things if you think this price tag is crazy. Like if you're looking at this price and you're like, oh my goodness, then relax, maybe it's not for you right now. You'll probably get to that point somewhere in the future. There used to be a time, like I said, where I wished I could buy something like the Verum 1. Now I have the upgrade. That goes for any products. I used to wish that I could buy a nice phone, and I never thought I could buy premium devices. Well, now I can. So I guess all I'm saying is, don't pressure yourself to be like everyone else. Everyone has their own life, their own constraints. So take it easy. You will know when you're ready to buy high-end stuff. Like you'll look at these and be like, yeah, I can buy that. That's when you know you're ready. Like that price tag is no longer a huge concern for you. I'm not saying you should overspend. I'm just saying like if you're worried so much about spending money, maybe you should be focusing on that first, like securing your money. Build your income streams first and then buy nice stuff. That's what I did, and that's what I recommend you do as well, especially from this year. Take care and Happy New Year.